Chica, what is going on? How's everybody doing, man? P. Rolling, what is going on? Jim, Danny, what is going on? Hopefully everybody is having a good hump day, man. Figured I'm gonna have my last cigar and a glass of wine with you guys because that's what I feel like doing. So, Pete, what is going on, brother? Prudence in the building. Joseph, what's going on? Stogie King, what is going on? Bobby. I appreciate that, Chica. Brian, what is going on, brother? First day of work vacation is great, man. I'm looking forward to my next vacation. Put my phone to the side for a little bit. Anybody smoking anything good tonight? It is 9 o'clock Central, so I'm gonna smoke my last cigar tonight. It's been a good day for me, man. Well, started out good, kind of ended up a little shitty towards the middle part of the day, but I'm gonna make sure it finishes off good. So it's all good. Let's see. Carlos, what's going on, man? Adam, what is going on? I'm be smoking me a Illusione Cruzado. Last cigar of the evening, unless it ends up being really bad. I've had a lot of wine today, so y'all have to excuse me. I'm gonna fire up this Byron Reserve, a big boy cigar. I like the 3-year cigar. That's one of my favorite cigars, actually. Really a big fan of the Byron stuff. Who do I have to fight? Man, I almost got to fighting with this old guy, but that's a long story. But it's all good. We'll get through it. It's I'm alive and stuff's going on, so it's just kind of it's just a phase of life, right? Stuff goes on. Right on time, smoking a Project 40 after dinner. That is good, excellent, man. To be honest, I'm not a big Project 40 fan, but I was talking to Bradley Rubin the other day. He saw the review I did of the Kintsugi by Ali Bradley. If you guys haven't checked it out, make sure you check it out. But he was recommending the Project 40 Maduro, so I went ahead and smoked it. And it actually was a pretty good cigar. I had a bad draw on it, but the flavors were pretty good. Having a Maestro del Tiempo. Pete, good cigar. Yeah, I had a lot of wine today, man. So I ain't gonna say anything too crazy, but hopefully you guys don't hold it against me. That's a fact, Danny. I do have a little bit of a wild side, man. We can't. I don't know. I don't even know where he lives at. I got his insurance information, but that's it's all good. So, been drinking on some I've been drinking mostly Cabernet today, man. If you guys see the Austin Hope, see if I can get a good picture of this on this shitty ass camera, but I don't know how well it's gonna show up. But you guys, so the Austin Hope 2018 vintage is a Cabernet Sauvignon. It's an excellent Cabernet. I don't think I've had a better Cabernet for under $50. Camus is good, but it's double the price. There's a couple other wines I've had, but they're a lot more expensive. For $50 and under, this Austin Hope is probably top of the line for me. What's going on, man? I'm smoking the Illusione Cruzado Toro. Last cigar today, man. I got to work tomorrow, but feel like coming up and seeing what you guys are doing. Hopefully everybody's doing good today. Hopefully everybody's had a good day. I don't know if everybody is working tomorrow or not, but hopefully you guys have a good holiday season planned. But just wanted to see what you guys had going on. This Maduro was given to me as a gift, not bad at all. Yeah, the Maduro was really good. Hopefully your draw is better than mine. My draw was not really good. And was letting Bradley know that I was like, man, the draw is not good, but the flavor's good. So that'll probably make me buy another one just to see what it's like without the draw being bad. But the draw was terrible, though. Suki, what's going on, man? You already smoking one of my favorites. You already know I'm a Padron guy. Raul, what's going on, man? Rodney, what is going on? How far under 50? What do you think of the Melanio most versus the Maduro? I'm not a Melanio Maduro fan. I like the regular Melanio. Sean, what is going on, brother? Smoking the JDN from Holiday Sampler, very good. I'm glad to hear that. It's one of my favorite Connecticut's. Man, John, you got a special place in my heart, man. You've always been supportive of me from day one, and glad to have you, man. You know, you have some people around that just are really good, genuine people, and I wouldn't trade you for the world, man. I wouldn't trade you for 100,000 subscribers. I'm glad to have you on board, and you know, I've seen you in the Zoom chats with Black Lion and stuff too, man. I'm very appreciative of you, and thank you for everything you've been doing for me, man. It does not go unnoticed. I will be doing some things in 2021 to make sure that you are in good shape. Hashtag what is going on? What's going on, Justin? Happy early birthday. Wrapping up dinner and driving into the December. Let's see what we got. Asking Janice some questions. I'm off for 4 days. I got to work tomorrow and Saturday. Then I'll be off for 4 days after I get off. When I get off on Sunday morning, I'll be off for a couple of days. Have you had the CAO Amazon basing? Chica, come on now. You know I've had that cigar. Now, me saying that, I think it's a good cigar. Hopefully, you asking me that question means that you have access to it or you have already smoked it. If not, you have to let me know. All good. Been off work all week. Did a bullet cut. Nice draw that way. Colorado Claro short perfecto right now. Justin always smoking the gas. Thanks, Adam. That's why I was saying it. I'm not going to say anything, but hopefully you've already had the cigar. If not, let me know. Pain in the ass to tie the stuffing, but looking forward to our guest. D-Mar, what's going on, man? Just ordered some Magic Toast and Kintsugi. Both of those are great cigars. Phenomenal cigars. I appreciate you, John, man. Definitely got a lot of love for you, man. It's good. Like I said, you know, there's you and a couple other people. You guys make it completely worth it for me. When I first started, none of this stuff was all in format or anything like that. No live streams or a lot of shows. But you know, I've grown to love a lot of the people that follow me and care what I got to say, and honestly, to be quite frank, has become a part of what I do. So I'm appreciative of it. So we're waiting to get my Oya Cabanita. Furious 2181. What is going on? Montreal, Canada in the building. I got a lot of Canadian guys or Canadian family members in. I appreciate you guys for tuning in too. Shout out to Puff Puff Cigars. Shout out to my brother Danny, who runs that channel. Shout out to Carlos, who runs My First Cigar. I got a lot of love for the Canadian brothers and sisters. You guys have been really supportive of me from day one, too. So got a lot of love for you. Glad you tuned into the channel. Glad I got a live stream going where you are tuned in. Or Alano for the win. That's a fact. That is a fact. Waiting for the Amazon basin to be released again. Downside of being so new is that I already missed so many sticks. Danny, thing about that is I've been smoking for 5 years and missed a lot of good cigars too. Missed a lot of them, but the thing is, when you get the chance to smoke them again, you make sure that you smoke those cigars. I was planning on reviewing it, but right now I could have had exposure to COVID. Don't put no rest in peace. You'll be fine. I'm about to bust my humidor all the way up in the morning. Chart Oak is another good one. Definitely, Janice, you know, I got love for you too. A lot of love for you. Like I said, it's a lot of, but my people know who I talk to. So I'm really appreciative of y'all. Mystical Jen in the building. What is going on? The most stylish man in the cigar industry. John, what is going on? I don't always comment, but I always watch. I appreciate that too. And like I said, I know everybody doesn't comment all the time, but trust me though, I know your heart is in the right place, and I know the support is there. So that means a lot to me. A lot of people don't have that support system. I know in the year and a half that I've been doing reviews. The support system that I've been able to gain has been really good. So I don't take any of you guys for granted. I really appreciate all you for stopping in and checking out every video, whether you agree or disagree. Mystical is a fact, man. You the sharpest dressed dude in the cigar community. It ain't a lie. How many cigars do you smoke in a day? I'm usually 4 to 6. This is a light day. I think this is probably cigar smoked a Placencia earlier. This is cigar number 4 for me today. Light day. Super light day. Now, with me saying that, it's been a very shitty day. Like, as far as weather-wise, it's been kind of cold, dreary, rainy all day. So hopefully all you guys have had a little bit better weather than I've had, but the weather's not been that great. Jason Garcia, what's going on? Shout out to you and Arizona. Got a lot of love for Arizona too. Shout out to Victor Hot Desert Man. I know he's in Arizona. Shout out to Bradley from Zeal Cigars. A couple other people that I know from Zeal Cigar, or not Zeal Cigars, but from Arizona. Shout out to Tim Swanson at Cigars Daily. Me and him talk probably once or twice a week. Good guys over there too. What's your favorite everyday smoke? That's really hard to say, man. It sounds really crazy, but I smoke a lot of different stuff. It just really depends on my mood. So brands that I would say I smoke, I would say it's more fair to say brands. Brands that I smoke a lot of probably would be Illusione, HVC, anything Aganorsa, Padron, Crown Heads. I smoke a lot of Curivari, which is it's a cheaper brand, but they make great cigars. It just depends, man. It just depends on my mood. I don't smoke a lot of the same stuff every day. It just depends on my mood. Don Carlos Robusto favorite every day. Let me see. Now the chat's starting to move. Oh damn! I met Brad before. Good folks out there in Zeal Cigars. Yeah, shout out to Brad at Zeal Cigars. Definitely appreciate your channel. Been trying a lot of more cigars in the past few months, and that's the goal for me, man. Just to make sure that my goal. I want to make sure that people are smoking and expanding their palates. Even if you aren't involved in Black Line Luxury Cigar of the Month Club, if you are not, of course, I would hope that you are, because I'm involved in selecting the cigars, and I'm telling you guys, we put out 120% and 150% in, and making sure that we have great cigars in the club every month. But if you aren't involved in that and you just follow me, I still appreciate that too. We always are trying to push your palate, trying to get you to smoke things that you might not be familiar with. But that's a huge goal of ours. Have you had Mesa Brulee Blue? I have. I like the normal Brulee more than the blue. The blue is okay, but I'm not really. So the thing about me is, with cigars and with spirits, I'm not really more into. Some people like more sweetness. I don't mind if it has a natural sweetness to it, but I like more natural sweetness. And honestly, in my wines, I like a lot more tannins. That's why I float more towards like Petite Syrahs, Cabernet Sauvignons. Like I like big, bold wines, just like I like my cigars. I'm just one of those guys that like big, bold flavor. Picked up the Chard today for Christmas. Excellent cigars. My favorite one out the Añejo lineup. My dad smokes too much. He needs to stop. Zen, I'm not gonna say that because I'm not gonna say that. Everybody's their own person, so probably a lot of people would say that I probably could slow down too, which probably could, but so many great shops and peeps out here in Arizona and downtown Phoenix, and have been here for 4 years now. Absolutely love it. That's another thing too, Danny. So when this COVID thing breaks up, I plan on doing a lot more traveling. I got a lot of places I got to get to, so we'll see how this shakes and works out. Been in the low 70s today, but Christmas is supposed to be in the 40s. That's my perfect weather, upper 60s, lower 70s, where I could walk around with a shirt like this, not have a coat on, not sweating or anything like that. That's my ideal weather. Zen. Have you smoked anything this month that surprised you, good or bad? So the only downside about smoking so many cigars, well, I say that you smoke a lot of average stuff, so it's okay. But trying to remember anything that was remarkable. Well, Brian, if you have not smoked the Warped 6102R, I would highly recommend you buy as many of those cigars as you can. For one, that cigar hasn't been released in 4 years. And I'm gonna be honest, might not see that cigar again, seeing how Warped is going. But great cigar. Another cigar that I would think highly of. Good question. Trying to think. If you haven't smoked any dissident stuff, smoke the Soapbox and the Rave, man. Those are both great cigars. I know kind of where you're at just by off the stuff that you've sent me in the past and what I see in your comments. I pay attention to all this stuff. So I would highly recommend it. Fuente Davidoff for Louisiana Soccer. So Justin's been smoking some good stuff. Was in the mid-70s today. I was happy. That's me too. If I could walk around without a coat on, if I could walk around with a t-shirt or a shirt like this on without anything else, that's perfect for me. Tone, what's going on? Respect to you, my guy from the Carolinas. I got a lot of love for the Carolinas. I got a lot of people that showed me love from Carolina. So I got a lot of respect for the DMV area in general. You guys got some serious cigar smokers there. Like I said again, when the pandemic and everything breaks, that's going to be one of the first areas I reach out to is the DMV area. Like I got a lot of love for you guys over there. What are some of your topmost fragrant cigars? Thought you were gonna say cologne. I was like, I can give you some recommendations on that too. I don't remember what I had years ago, but the fragrance from it was addicting. I wish I knew what it was. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep this shit 100% level. When it comes to smells and stuff, I can tell if something smells good or bad, but as crazy as it sounds, as good as I feel like my palate is when I know a good cigar or not, my palate when it comes to nosing things, I can nose spirits, but when it comes to cigar smoke, I don't really have the best nose for that. Some people can say they can walk through a room and smell certain cigars. I'm not that good. You know, I can smell like if something is infused or not, or something like that. But when it comes to actual flavor notes and stuff, you know, things that it reminds you of, I'm not good when it comes to the nose, but I can taste things really good. So I guess let me see. Smoke everything because of the cigars you exposed me to. I'm glad, Prudence. Me and Lee Mac were talking about you earlier, Prudence. We were just kind of talking about random conversation, and the thing was that we were talking about was that. So actually, the topic was Perdermo cigars. You know, when I first began smoking Perdermo cigars, I probably had less than 2 years in cigar smoking, and I feel like. So Seth from Developing Palates made a very good statement. They were reviewing the newest edition of the 10th anniversary Maduro or whatever the cigar was, whatever one it was released this year. I smoked it. I didn't care for it. So Seth made a great point. He said, I feel like when I talk to a lot of newer smokers, those are the ones that smoke Perdermos. But when the people that venture out and smoke different things, a lot of those people don't smoke Perdermos. And I thought about it, and you know, because we always think that cigar smoking is subjective, but for me, I feel like that was a very true statement because I feel like when I first began smoking, I smoked a lot of Perdermos. I'm talking about a lot of them. But then as I started getting into new brands and things like that, I started venturing off into different companies. So, you know, Prudence, I feel like you've been spoiled really early on with some really good cigars. And I saw that comment you made the other day and I laughed because I could understand completely where you were coming from as far as you telling me and Lee Mac that you feel like you're becoming a boutique cigar smoker. And I think that's true. And I think that you being a part of Black Line, following me and him and some other people that you may be following like Cowboy, some other people too, you're going to be a boutique cigar smoker. Your palate's just going to adjust to what you've been exposed to. You are a product of your environment. Perfect example of it. And I love you for it. I love how receptive you are for that and how open you are. And you know, if you don't like something, you say it. If you do, you do, you know. Favorite part of Black Line is that I go right to the site and grab more of it. And so for Danny, for me too, I'm never going to knock anybody that likes rare or certain cigars. So it goes back to me boiling it down to this too. So not a secret. Opus X comes out around this time every year. A lot of people are into the BBMFs, Taurus, Scorpions, rare cigars, blacks, stuff like that. That's cool. Those come out every year, so I guess it's on a different scale. But for me, like if I would have ever smoked the Supreme Leaf and it would have been so limited where I never would have smoked it again, that would have frustrated me. I'm one of those smokers where I like to have a cigar. If I really like it, I want to be able to have the option. If I want to buy a box, a 10-pack, a 5-pack, I like being able to buy more of it. I'm not attracted or not aroused by being able to smoke one cigar, and then if I love it, I'm never able to try it again or only able to get it one or two more times. I'm not a fan of it. That's just me. There are other smokers out there that will say differently. That's cool. Everybody has their own thought process and what they think about. I like being able to smoke stuff continuously if I can. Hence why I have so many Supreme Leafs. I like the cigar, so I want to have that experience. Or as me and Lee Mac talked about, I want to be able to I take vacations. I call cigar smoking vacations. So I want to take as many of those vacations as possible. So I buy as many as I can afford. So that's what I do. Does your missus buy you any cigars still, or does she say you have? She doesn't buy me anything. I do all on my own. But that's cool though, because for me, on the most part, that's one of those things too. Like some reviewers have a lot of people that send them cigars in and stuff like that. It never really bothered me that people don't send me cigars in. Trust me, 100%. If nobody ever sent me any cigars in, that's fine. John Wilhoit sent me a cigar in, but John knows me by now. You know, we talked enough. We've been around each other enough. He knows what I like. So the problem is you get a lot of people that'll request things. And the truth is I've smoked a lot of the stuff that people request, but I may not like it. Or if I like the cigar, it's just I might be so far behind on reviews that I haven't got a chance to get to it. So I'm not one of those guys. I don't need it. I'm very blessed and very fortunate to be in the situation that I'm in. I don't really need anybody sending me anything in. I just, I don't mind even if she doesn't buy me anything. I just buy what I like. So let's see. What's an underrated Christmas gift? I say gas station and Walgreens. I would say that too. For me personally, I would talking about my man Cowboy, Target, Amazon, stuff like that. Those are Amazon's kind of it's kind of hard to miss with Amazon. You can buy whatever you want to off of Amazon pretty much. So Amazon gift cards, stuff like that. I think those are good. Cowboy, what is going on, brother? Hope you're doing well. December was my first time as a member of Black Line. I love it. I appreciate that, man. I'm telling you, next month it's going to be crazy. I just want y'all to flood this internet. I just want y'all to flood it with this cigar that we got coming out. And, give us some good, honest feedback. If you guys aren't really feeling it, cool. Let us know what we can improve on, because, me and James, we are listening and paying attention to that. And we're going to hopefully you guys love it. But if you think that there are some things that we need to improve on, let us know. More body, more flavor, more strength, whatever it is, y'all let us know, and we will definitely take that into consideration when we are developing the next blend. So very excited about that. This was a project that we've been working on for a while, an idea that me and James came up with. We shot it to the company in the blender, shot us some stuff. And just to be able to see, your thought process or your imagination come to real life is a really groundbreaking, important thing, because I say it all the time, but it's just the facts about it. Like, I still remember in 2015 being a brand new cigar smoker, seeing Lee Mac, 912, Piero Maduro, Charles Wallen, Stogie Palace. I remember watching all these guys just as a viewer. So it's just really crazy. And if somebody would have told me 5 years from now that I would have had a YouTube channel and would have been working with this super solid company on a blend, I would have just been like, man, there's no way in hell. So it's just crazy how stuff works out. Mystical, you've been talking about that all day. The Asylum Year 8. You're going to make me go grab one. If it ain't good, I'm going to tell you that too. Is it me, or is Opus X doesn't match the hype? It's not even just that though, man. I give Opus X a pass right now, because Opus X has been around since the 90s. It's just been around, and people when you get this new stuff, man, it's just like people throw these colorful or bands on, and then it's just like So I always tell people all the time, I think that's probably going to be a shirt design too. It's just going to be really simple. It's just going to say, trust your palate. Just trust your palate. No matter if I'm telling you it's a good cigar or whoever is telling you it's a good cigar, trust your palate. I could be telling you it's a good cigar. If you don't think it's good, just trust it. We're going to disagree on some stuff too. But just some of the stuff I see, just marketing and bans and stuff, it's just like, man, this is just crazy. Like, BP, I'm gonna get up. Like I said, when all this stuff breaks, I'm gonna get up in that area soon because it's a lot of people I want to get a chance to smoke, sit down and burn one with, man. A lot of people. Definitely, Janice, you enjoy the rest of your evening too. Happy holidays to you and the family. Mr. Washington, Trey by first name. What is going on, brother? Another thing too, Trey, like I was telling somebody else this too. Just make sure you stay driven. I'm not even gonna use the word motivated. Make sure you stay driven. Keep putting content out because the community needs it. I tell people all the time. I don't even comment on all of Lee video. I don't. And I'm not even just speaking for me, but I might not comment on everything, but we see stuff. So just trust me. All your work is not getting unnoticed, man. Make sure you keep putting out content. And like I said, I'm glad to see it, man. If I would have saw this many reviewers or people smoking cigars in 2015, hell, I might have started my channel earlier, but it just was on a different level. So I'm glad to see a lot of new people taking on the task. And I know your reasoning, you wanted to say you wanted to keep a physical record of what you're doing and smoking. So Alexander, what's going on? Like how crazy for them. Like some people really liked the BBL unbanned from last box, but can't wait till RonReal's blended cigars hits the world. Man, I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to it too. I think when you guys see it, it's just the people that have been around me from the beginning, the people that started following me in the beginning. I think it's gonna be just as important for me as it is for you guys. Just being able to see cigar reviewer just it just was real, John. I'm telling you, man, it was just. I don't know, man. It was hard to put into words. When me and James were sitting there looking, I think we just both had like a eureka moment, but it was just like a look of satisfaction. Like a lot of the hard work we've been putting in is just kind of starting to finally come into fruition. So I'm really excited to hear the feedback and I'm just excited for a lot of you guys to see the pictures of you guys opening boxes and seeing stuff, man. Like that in itself is going to be satisfactory for me. Once you've been exposed to the brand's flavors and experiences, it's hard to go back to the beginners. That's a fact. As a fan, if I sent you a cigar, would you do a review on it? Sean, I'm going to just be honest. It just depends on what cigar it is. You send me like a Rocky Patel Vintage 1992 or something, probably not. It just depends. You'll have to email me and we'll have to talk and figure out which cigar it is because, I don't, again, I'm never going to discredit the gesture. I always appreciate you guys for always even considering sending me anything because there's so many reviewers out there that you could be giving the time and day to send stuff to. So I'm forever going to be grateful for that too. But I also don't want to waste shipping costs or something that I probably could get here or something that I've smoked and I'm not a particular fan of. We can communicate about that. But like I said earlier, I'm definitely going to be appreciative of it. But we can talk about it before it goes 100% in the cement. How many cigars until it's box worthy for you? Sometimes I'll smoke a cigar for the first time and I'll know, but most of the time, once I smoke it twice or three times to try to see that consistency. But like when I smoked the 6102R by Wart, I had smoked that the first time and I just knew there's certain flavors for me and certain progressions and transitions. I'm like, this is just an elite cigar. Average cigars don't smoke like this. So for me, that's what I'm looking for. Mystical, I'm glad for you I'm excited for you to try that too. Danny, he said every month I think to myself, no way they can top this next month, but I'm pleasantly wrong every time. And I would gladly speak for myself and James. That is a goal of ours. Is we try to do that because we are smokers just like you guys. We are boutique smokers. We smoke a lot of stuff. So, we bounce stuff back and forth. Well, how can we make this better? Well, what about this? And there's a lot of cigars we'll decide on, and maybe in 3 or 4 days, I'm like, hey, what about this? Okay. And we just swap it around. So we're constantly trying to make this experience better for you guys too, because if this experience is better for you guys, then it's better for us too, because then you're satisfied, then you progress and just bring it out to the world and tell everybody else about it, which is that's what we want. We want, like James made a great note. We played kind of nice for the first 3 or 4 months. We didn't really talk that much about it, but now it's like, if you guys are satisfied with the club, talk about it, man. We want you guys to let everybody know that Black Line is here, and we are our own entity, and we're putting out a great product, and we have great members here. We got a great community here. Musically Billiards, currently smoking the Rosa de Guadalupe, sorry. Having fun, just trying different styles and not staying in one lane. That's how I am too. I smoke a lot of different stuff. So Opus X is good, but I am biased because I love Daddy Fuente and AJ Fernandez. Don't forget that too. My main man, Austin, what is going on? Any chance I'd be able to get a couple to try over here in the UK? What you looking to try, Austin? You already know. I know you like smoking Habanos, so you know me. I'm gonna recommend Illusione Warped Aganorsa stuff for you, because even though the strength, or it might be a little sharp compared to some Cubans, I feel like you'll be able to appreciate the flavor notes and the nuances and the transitions. Where I feel like a lot of the New World cigars, if you're so used to smoking the Habano stuff, it's not gonna be really in your lane. But I think Aganorsa, for me, smoking Habanos and smoking New World stuff, I can see that now. I'm like, all right, if I was strictly a Habanos guy, like, this is the stuff I'd like to smoke. Appreciate you. Happy holidays. Looking forward to what you bring to the channel. Appreciate that, Bobby. I'm telling you guys now, man, got all the cigars except for one picked for Cigar Madness 2021. It's not just me. I'm gonna need all y'all's help to make this thing the biggest damn thing on YouTube as far as cigar content possible. I'm gonna need all you guys, and y'all got to know that I'm gonna put 150% in it. Y'all know from last year, I'm trying to blow the roof off of it. You guys have got to share videos, y'all. If this is what you like, of course, if you like what I do, like what I stand for, share the content, help get this thing grown out, man. We're gonna try to expand this community, and trying to build a no nonsense community. We just like smoking cigars, and we like having a good time. That's pretty much what I stand for. Favorite cigar? What is your favorite cigar review video that you have done? Ooh, man. Probably the pairing I did with the Padron 80th anniversary in the Glenmorangie. If you haven't seen it, go check that out. That's probably my favorite. And that's probably because that was the best pairing that I put together. Cigar was excellent. One of my favorite scotches. It just worked out well. That's probably one of my favorite videos. But to be honest though, other than that, I don't really have a favorite, because I always look forward to recording new content and getting the feedback from you guys and seeing what you like. That in itself is a thrill for me, like trying to get better and trying to become a better reviewer, a better cigar smoker. That's what I like to do. Let's see. B&T, what is going on? Fuente making one to honor. Yeah, I saw that. I think that's gonna be crazy too. I'm gonna definitely be involved in it. What is your favorite Davidoff cigar? Probably Small Batch 3 or Late Hour Robusto or Nicaragua, maybe. That was probably between those three. That's probably my favorite Davidoff. I don't know. I'm curious myself. Still waiting on the pinks too. Oh, y'all talking about, hold on. Yeah, Chica. They're doing a can't even think of the word. They're doing a collaboration cigar. Fuente will be doing a release, and Padron will be doing a release to commemorate Daddy Fuente and Papa Padron. Prudence, and I believe that too, because like I said, I've always said it all the time too. You have the people that are just kind of talk, and then you have the people that do, and you've always been a doer. Like I said, I really, really appreciate you too. You've done more for me than you'll ever realize, and you know, I'm really appreciative of you and John. There's a couple other people too. You guys have always been there for me. Y'all have always been there for me. AMR, what's going on? What's going on? Been watching your videos for quite a while, and you educated me on retro healing. You know, so that's the thing too. So there's quite a few videos about retro healing, but some are people. So a few people reached out to me about me doing my personal take on it because they know how big I am on retro healing. So I'm glad that video was able to help you. If you have not watched that video and you are having trouble retro healing, just definitely check that video out, and hopefully it will kind of guide you in the right direction of try to help you retro heal. Are the rare pinks? Let's see. Are the rare pinks circulating in your area? Not in my area right now. Which cigar factory would you like to visit? Eve Aganor, so that's easy. They're just putting out the best product to me, in my opinion. Are there any Supreme coming in the first quarter? Supreme Leaf Corona Gorda. Be on the lookout probably in the first 3 months. That's gonna go quicker than hell. Y'all better be ready for that one. Yeah, my wallet usually gets abused 2 or 3 times a year. First quarter, last quarter around this time, and then somewhere in the middle of the summer. Stuff's just coming out, so I'm usually all over it. Chica, Padron, greater sign for Wente. Just saying. When is that collaboration? I don't know for sure, Sean. I think it's gonna be at some point next year. You can look on Half Wheel. If you type in Padron and Fuente, it'll come up. That's what I'm talking about, P. Stay ready. I appreciate your lives because you actually answer questions. I try to, man. You know, now I'm not gonna say that. You know, so I know a lot of there's some channels out there with over 100,000, over 60,000. You know, you got 1,000 people in the chat. It's kind of hard to answer everything, and that's why I say I like where I'm at right now. To be honest, I have a number in my head. Subscriber wise, I really don't want to go over because I know at some point then it will become harder to try to answer every question and stuff like that. So I like being able to be assessed, or the accessibility of me right now. It's not too much, it's not too little, it's good. So I like where I'm at now. I know some people just have huge channels and it's just hard for them to answer everything because probably getting 1,000 messages a day. Like to see you do a review on some under the radar cigars that people are sleeping on. Definitely working on that. Got the Lost and Found series, which will be more older cigars, which will be older cigars. But I'm definitely taking a look at the cigars that are under the radar too. Eat a nice piece of steak while holding your eyes closed, and you will see the advantage of the retro heel. I might let my Pravada go and give Black Line a chance. Musically Billers, I would just say, you know, of course, make your own decisions. You know, like I said, financially, you're gonna know where you are better than me or anybody else, of course. But I would say I think you should give us a shot, though. I think you'd be pleased. Supreme Corona Gorda about to buy 9 boxes. More than that, man. Because I think it's gonna be the best size. It's gonna be more than 9. I'm already ready. Like Preston said, my wallet ready. I'm staying. When you don't have to get ready, stay ready. If Santa thinks about putting a V cutter in my stock, and which one would you recommend? Probably the Calibra V cutter. That's the one that seems to be highly recommended by everybody. SB, don't come over here with that V cutter is the waste of. Fred ain't in here right now. Legal Maduro by Robana is flying under the radar right now. And if Mystical's gonna know a lot of stuff, he smokes a lot of cigars too. What genre of music goes well with cigar smoking? Man, I listen to a lot of old school R&B, a lot of blues, I listen to a lot of stuff. Like today, I was just listening to Kim, listening to some Jill Scott, listening to some OJs, listening to some LTD. I listen to a lot of stuff, man. I listen to a little bit of everything except for like heavy metal. I even listen to some old country like George Strait. Just depends on what my mood is. But today was an old school R&B kind of day. OJs, LTD. Did a little neo soul with some Jill Scott and Kim. Just kind of wherever my mood goes. Let's see, make sure I'm missing this. Excuse me if you've reviewed this already, but what are your thoughts on the Rabbit Air? I think it is a great unit. Highly recommend. They're not cheap, but I definitely highly recommend. But keep in mind, whenever you have a Rabbit Air in your room or whatever room you are using it in, you're going to need some fresh air to still circulate the air out. So my Rabbit Air is in here in the sunroom with me. I have 13 windows around me, so I just open them up, and cigar smell doesn't get in the rest of the house, which is nice, unless I don't have any window. Now, if I don't open any windows, it'll kind of get in the kitchen and stuff. But if I open windows, it does a pretty good job. Padron 45th, great cigar. Be ready for a little bit of strength. Don't be afraid, but just know that it'll have a little strength to it too. Darius, I appreciate that. Yeah, y'all hit that like or dislike, whatever y'all want to hit. Let's see, man. Any cigars that's not plastered all over YouTube, all these with goodies types. Keep paying attention, Messy Thrills. Chase, what's going on, man? I want to try the Ezra Slick egg or spiked eggnog. Couple of those right here. I haven't smoked one yet. I'll let you know if it's worth it or not. I like Zycar. That's you guys know what I use for lighters. I use the Jeeps and Bics, but I always say make sure you don't cut corners on your cutters. I always use Zycar cutters. Do you have any type of cigar that you would smoke in the morning, afternoon? AMR, I don't have. There's no preference for me. I just wake up and I literally look at a cigar, and if that's what I want to smoke, that's what I'm going to smoke. You got certain guys smoke Cubans or mild stuff in the morning. It really doesn't matter to me. Whatever I'm in the mood for, that's what I'm going to smoke. Stevie Ray Vaughan is another good one. Albert King. Of course, you know I like Beatles. I listen to them too. I listen to Eric Clapton. I listen to a lot of stuff, man. I listen to a lot of Stevie Ray Vaughan. Stevie Ray Vaughan and Albert King, I was listening to their collaboration album they did a couple of days ago. I'm really big into both of them. I like Albert King and Stevie Ray. Oh, he already asked me to make sure I redo that. Let's see. That Calibri V-cut is live. That's why I say most people that are going to use the V-cut are going to tell you that Calibri is the one to use. George Strait. That like I said, I don't listen to a lot of country, but George Strait, I like George Strait. All right, Johnson, if I'm going to be honest, I would say no, because if you are just getting into cigars, you're probably not really going to realize what you're going to be smoking or what you're getting your hands on. Now, me saying that, if you still want to be a part of the community, kind of hold on to cigars maybe for a little bit, you know, these are cigars that if you hang on to them for a year, 2 years, they're still not going to be bad. You know, it just depends. But as far as like you smoking to become a better smoker, I don't think so, because this club was designed by me and James and Nick. James has over a decade of smoking time. Nick has probably over 20 years, 30 years of smoking time. I have 5. But the club is not designed for just somebody that's just coming into smoking. It's just being realistic with you. It's not. But that hasn't stopped a few people that are just starting. Like Danny just started smoking in October, and he joined the club, and he's pretty satisfied. Now, me saying that, there are going to be some cigars that you're going to. So in the beginning, when you're smoking cigars, what you're pretty much going to be realizing, nobody's going to tell you this, but this is just a fact. You're going to smoke cigars and you're going to realize I either like them or I don't. You're not really concentrating so much on flavor notes as you think you are. You might be thinking you are paying attention to them, but you're going to be paying more attention to if I like this cigar or not. That's why I say that it's probably not for the beginner, because you're going to miss out on why the cigar is good, what makes the cigar a better cigar than X cigar or whatever. But, you know, we still involve cigars. I think that that cigar smokers of all level will appreciate. Need to make a Spotify list for all of y'all, getting you guys. Have you tried any of the Rolando Reyes? Not yet, Mike. John, I appreciate it. I'm sure she did too. And like I was telling you, if anybody hasn't subscribed to Cigar Chica, make sure you guys stop by and check her channel out. She's got a few videos up, and I think she's got a very creative, unique style. I think that you guys would enjoy that. And the most important thing of all that I look for in a cigar reviewer is authenticity, and I think that she has it. I always wonder why you use those big lighters. The gas fuel taste doesn't bother you. It's bullshit, Sean. It's just bad information that's passed on. Big lighters contain the same butane that your fancy Zicars or Calibris or whatever uses. There's no difference. The thing is, Sean, that I've come to realize, most people associate big lighters with cheap lighters because they are cheap, but that's what everybody grabs to smoke weed or CB, whatever they just light candles. So they just associate a big lighter with being cheap. There is no alternative fuel or gas taste in there. It's all placebo. It's not true. I've been smoking with big lighters for 3 months now, and I cannot tell. And I don't think that it's changed any taste of any cigars. Hell, Mystical Jen is in the chat now. He could tell you I've been smoking Davidoffs with big lighters. So it is all figment of your imagination. Also have a holiday sampler that is on Black Line Luxuries now that involves a holiday big lighter, which you might want to grab, because those lighters are not easily found. But you already know we got to get together soon too, man. Like I said, we got cigars in common and we got music in common. We got to get together. Adam said, my advice for any new cigar smoker is to go back after a while and try the cigars you didn't like at first, because your palate will develop and you might end up liking this effect. Sean, that goes double for me. Oh yeah, for Ron and anyone else here who may be interested in great examples of Cuban Monte Cristos, if you can source a box from Theo June 19. All right, Austin, I'll keep that in mind. Mystical, you know, man, I'm baking everything. I don't care. It's on purpose too, because people say that it affects the flavor and taste of it. Is just completely false. People don't know what they're talking about. Musically Billers, I appreciate you stopping through, man. Happy holidays to you and the family too. You take care and stay safe out there. Damn shame, man. I've been up for almost an hour getting through this cigar, which I'm enjoying, of course, but when I'm about to get off here, 70-something people in here. Oh, they haven't gone anywhere, Rick. The Jeep lighters are always here unless Big reaches out and decides to sponsor me in the channel. I use both of them. It's really crazy to me. Somebody will sit here and watch me light a cigar with this and won't say anything, but the moment that I bring this out, it's a problem. Well, what are you doing? It's the same. These are the same lighters. They're the same. That's it. They're the same. Let's try Sprite with black tea. Very interesting. All right, I had to get that a try. I like Sprite and black tea. Never tried a big lighter with my cigars, but I have to try it. And you know, Sean, like I said, it's not me trying to turn people on to using big lighters. I'm not trying to control anything or trying to make people do that. I'm just trying to prove to people you have to think for yourself or do research for yourself. So much of the information, as anybody that's commented in these live streams, it always started with, I've always heard, I heard, somebody told me. They didn't do the research themselves. They always are. Somebody told me you shouldn't light cigars with it. Why? And then they hit you with the fuel. Hell, you can Google what fuel does big lighters use. The first thing that comes up is butane. Just simple shit, man. So it's like if you won't even look up simple stuff like that, then we think about pandemics and all this stuff going on. It's like, that's why all this bad information and shit is getting passed along and people are believing it. If somebody can, in my mind, if I'm thinking, if something is as quick as me lighting a cigar with a big lighter gets passed around that quickly on such a small scale, then God only knows about, you know, bigger topics or bigger situations, how quickly the information can spread. So I have like 500 big lighters, and all the time I keep adding butane to my expensive ass lighters. So there's a video on YouTube, Messy Thrills, to show you how to refill big lighters. You have to keep a push pin in the bottom of it from that point on, but you technically can refill a big lighter. Hence what I've said. You can use butane. Whoever says that you shouldn't light a cigar with a big lighter for, oh, it's a cleaner system and all right. So cleaner. So who's to say that ST DuPont or Bugatti doesn't claim that their system is better than the regular butane system? So does that mean to stop using Cigar and Colibri? People aren't going to stop using it. Think for yourself. That's my only thing. My whole thing for me, if I, you know, once I leave the community as far as a cigar review or whatever, the thing that I want to leave everybody with is just think for yourself. So many people are so caught up in, oh, well, everybody else says this is a good cigar, or everybody else says I should light my cigar with this. Just think for yourself. Just be your own fucking person. That's all I want to see is just be your own person, man. Just stop following trends and what everybody else thinks is cool and shit. Do your own shit. It's not the system, it's the quality of the butane. Facts, John. And me and James were sitting there trying to, I don't think we got into a real in-depth argument about that, but we were talking to the guy who was just like, and James and me both answered at the same time. It was like, it's the same butane that you use in these $100 lighters, same thing. I like the work you put out, keeps it real. Maybe that's why it's called. I appreciate that, Chase. Yeah, you'll have to figure or go back and look at RonRealTV's frequently asked questions. I answered the question of why the channel's called that, or why I started calling myself that. Justin, that's another thing too. People use Zippos, but they have the butane inserts. I smoke outside on my patio. If I can, I use soft flame big. I can also use like Mr. Washington, Trey by the first name. Yeah, I smoke indoors most of the time unless it gets really nice out. So I'm a soft flame guy. I can't tell you the last time I lit a cigar by a torch. Probably was in Pennsylvania when I was hanging out with James, to be honest. Are you a Scotch or bourbon guy? I like both. And what's your favorite brand of each? Bourbon just depends. There's so many good bourbons. Scotch, probably Lagavulin 16. I like Ardbeg. I like Bowmore. I like Lefroy. If I'm drinking something that's not really peaty, I like Kilholman, Macallan 18, but Macallan 18 is not a cheap bottle. Monkey Shoulder's a good blended one. I like it all, man. But as I said recently, I've been drinking more red wine. I've been drinking a lot of wine. What advice would you give someone like me who's been smoking cigars for 7.5 years, and what would you have them take into consideration? So you've only been smoking a couple years longer than me. What I would tell somebody all the time, trust your palate, smoke what you like. And every time you walk into a brick and mortar, or every time you place an order somewhere, order something that you aren't familiar with, order something you don't know. Because I always tell people your next favorite cigar is something you haven't tried yet. Don't get complacent. Don't just order shit that you like. You know, if I'm ordering from a site where I can order a 5-pack or a single, I might order a 5-pack of something I'm not familiar with. Order you something different. Just try to expand your palate. People always say, I don't know how a person's palate gets so good. How do you think a chef gets as good as they get? How do you think a sommelier gets as good as they get? You think they only drink red wine? I like red wine, but you still have to be able to appreciate white wine, sparkling wine, spritzers, and you have to be able to do it all. You think these master blenders only smoke Maduro? You think master blenders only smoke Connecticut? No, Eladio Diaz, Dion Giolito, they smoke everything. expand to be the best. You have to be able to cover everything. Michael Jordan didn't become the best player in the NBA just because he could score. He played defense. He was a good team. Well, being a good teammate is subjective, but he covered it all. So what I'm getting at is being able to cover everything. Just expand. To be a better smoker, you have to expand your palate. Don't get complacent in, oh, I only like Mexican San Andres, or I only like Connecticut broadleaf, or I only like Ecuadorian Connecticut. Smoke a little bit of everything. Trey, that's a good one though. That Woodford Double Oaks, classic. Everybody likes that one. Joseph said just finished the Rocky Patel decade, man. And for Rockies, I think that's a pretty decent one. I know, man. James got the headshot going, man. Look like he a millionaire in that damn headshot. Shalisha, what's going on? What was your first cigar? Macanudo Maduro. Mario, what's going on, man? The only wrong way to light a cigar is off a barbecue. James, let me hold something, man. Just let me get a little bit. Just let me get a little bit. That's all I'm asking for. Man, I'm telling y'all, we got a hellacious 2021 plan for y'all. I'm not even up playing this. I'm telling y'all, y'all ain't a part of that club. I'm telling you, at one point when I don't want to hear no comments on the video, man. I tried to join, but it's closed now. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell you, join the club. Danny's first stick was acid, loved it, just tried another one, couldn't do it. I can't smoke infused. I'm right there with you. Appreciate you, Mario. Mr. Washington, what you got coming up next, man? I know you got you've been posting a lot of content lately too. What you got coming up next? Hell yeah, James. Hell yeah, we got a good 2021 plan. Shit. AMR, no doubt, always. Bleacher. And like I told y'all earlier, y'all gotta, we were kind of low key the first 3 or 4 months, but now we kind of want our people to talk about it and let everybody know, man. Be proud of your community and what you got. Be proud of it. Chico, what's going on, family? Like the infused when I didn't smoke cigars. Working on a whole new series, putting the finishing touches on it now. Looking forward to seeing it. Looking forward to seeing what you got going, Trey. I think the best advice for tasting cigars to not force it. I didn't enjoy a lot of cigars I smoked last year because I was trying to be an aficionado. That is definitely a fact. Mistake number one: do not try to be an aficionado. Just smoke cigars because you love them, and let the progression. Or if you love it, just let the progression come naturally. That's some good advice. Don't try to be something you're not. Think about the tasting notes. Brian from Pravada Cigar Club, mostly his palate and some of the shit he says he gets. So it's actually funny. Brian, I watch a lot of Pravada's videos, and Brian, it's not a secret, Brian watches a lot of my videos too. So when I made my bullshit cigar video or reviews video, Brian commented on it. And Brian, like I said, I understand what Brian does. Like, me and Brian are in a different place, right? So I have a full-time normal job, firefighter, just a regular guy. Just come on screen, review cigars. Brian runs a cigar club. He sells cigars and he runs a club. I get it, man. So him putting his tasting notes out there and stuff too, whatever. Like I said, when I made the video, and this is 100% fact, when I was making my video about that, it wasn't aimed towards Brian. Whether he tastes chocolate double cake or whatever, that's fine. Like, but for me though, so this is what I challenge everybody on. Your best reviewers or the best people I feel that are in the cigar community, and I've said this and I will say this verbally all the time. The people that can take a cigar, smoke it. If you're tasting something crazy or whatever out of it, you have to be able to condense that down and make that and dumb it down, for lack of better words. You have to dumb it down to make everybody be able to understand it. You have to be able to make the smoker that's only been smoking 6 months, 3 weeks, 5 years, 20 years. The smoker that can condense it down and make everybody understand it, to me, is the better reviewer. The people that say a lot of these elaborate notes and stuff, it sounds good, but guess what? You got a lot of smokers that have only been smoking for a year or 2 years. They don't, especially if they can't retro hell, they can't taste a lot of this stuff. So there's a lot of questioning for a lot of them. I've had a lot of smokers, and I've seen it in a lot of other people's comment sections. I feel like something's wrong with me because I can't taste this stuff. There's nothing wrong with you. The first 2 or 3 years of me smoking, I couldn't taste the difference between a milk chocolate, dark chocolate, regular chocolate, bacon, spices, brown sugar. I could just, this tastes there's a sweetness to it. I can taste wood. I can taste bitterness. I can taste sourness. So for me, I feel like your better reviewers are the people that can take any cigar and make it relatable to anybody. And that's why I try to make my reviews. I try to make them very straightforward, to the point where an experienced smoker can understand and respect it, and the person that's just starting can respect it too. That's my goal, because guess what? If I can make my stuff relatable and understandable, that's me gaining a cigar smoker for the community. You saying fancy stuff or whatever is not helping the community. It's that person smokes for 2 or 3 weeks. I don't get this. I'm not going to deal with this shit. I don't understand this stuff. So they walk off. You just don't know what a person's thinking. So I think your greatest smokers are the people that can make it relatable. And think about this. Think about this. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Eladio Diaz, Dion Giolito, E.P. Carrillo, Jorge Padron. All these guys have been in, Pete Johnson, John Huber. These guys have been in the tobacco industry 30 plus years. Do you hear any of these guys saying this stuff, these flavor notes? I have a very personal relationship with John Huber. We're talking today. He's never got any of this stuff in a lot of cigars, and he's been around since 96, 97, somewhere in there. So my thing is, like, I keep that. I pay attention to my environment. I try to make it relatable for everybody. Everybody might not like it, and that's one thing I will give Brian Glenn from Cigar Obsession credit for. I don't watch a lot of his stuff, but the few things I have watched, he doesn't say anything outlandish or off the wall. He's very relatable. Most of us are middle class, just regular people. So it's just, you want something that's relatable. So I will give Brian Glenn 100% credit on that. He's very relatable. And, I try to model, and Lee Max the same way. I try to make myself very relatable and try to remain authentic when I'm reviewing a cigar. Sometimes you can look at people and they're trying too hard to sound good. It sounds good, but when you break it down and you're a real smoker, you could just tell it's bullshit. That's a fact. James said we have 3 people, 3 different experiences that all blend together to do something different. And that is a fact. Me, James, and Nick are all together working together. There are cigars that me and James may like, that Nick may not like. There are cigars that Nick and James may like, that I might not like. There are cigars that me and Nick may like, that James, it's all interchangeable, but we all can sit down and talk together and work together to find out what's the common ground and what's the greater good for everybody. So, and that's what's really respectable and what's special about what we have going on. We have James has been smoking for over a decade. I've been smoking for 5. Nick's been smoking for over 20, you know. So it's just like we got everything covered. Shirtless Mike, what's going on, family? My Black Line box, custom blend cigar was a banger. So I'm waiting until everybody gets their boxes in. I probably will post it around New Year's. I'll post a poll on my community tab, and I want everybody to get a chance to vote what they think is the best cigar from December's box. I want an honest opinion. Everybody, if you get a chance, please just hit a button and cast a vote. That's all I ask. Cowboy, we already know what's up with that. I have a problem with the reviewers that go into a cigar looking for what's bad about the cigar out the gate. And that's what I'm going to say about a lot of stuff too. The community, us, I'm a part of the community still. You got to be better at picking up on context clues. If you're paying attention, you can look and tell a cigar reviewer is either going to be pro a cigar or against the cigar sometimes before he even smokes it. Oh, that's my good friend. I love this company or whatever. And you're like, oh, okay. Well, you ain't gonna say nothing bad about it. That ain't like Cowboy. That ain't like me. That ain't like Lee Mac. I don't give a damn I'm not sponsored by any company. I love John. John Huber is probably the closest person I'm to as far as brand owner. But guess what? If I review a Crown Heads and it's not good, that's not going to stop me and John Huber's relationship or how we feel about each other. Got a lot of love for John Huber. He knows that. But guess what? I smoked the Mil Diaz when I had pre-releases of the Mil Diaz. I said the Edmundo's good. The rest of them, I ain't really feeling them. You got some people out here that can't even do that. Man, every cigar that they put out is good. I like all of them. Come on, man. Stop. King Ray, what's going on? I like the Partagas Lusitania's fantastic cigar, even though it is full, bold, and strength. See, in AMR for me, I didn't think it was that strong. Now, me and James got a good friend, Don. I guess he bought a box of 10 or 25 a couple years ago. Man, I'm telling you, when I say he caught the blues from that box, and it wasn't flavor or anything, it was the draws. He was having draw issues which is kind of common in Cuban cigars, but he was catching the blues out of some Partagas Lusitanias. Brian Prentice sent me one, and I had just thoroughly enjoyed it enough to where I was like, when I see a box of 10 or 25, I'm gonna grab them. I thought they were that good. Yeah, definitely gonna be biased towards the custom blend. And for me, it's the bias is gonna be because there's a difference. Like I was saying earlier in the chat, me and James talked about a specific blend where I was wanting to do things. All right, cool. Got the blender to do it, smoke the blends. Yeah, that's what I want. So yeah, I'm gonna be biased towards it. But at the same time, trust me, I'm not gonna have my feelings hurt if you say you don't like the cigar. That's cool, because guess what? I know enough people are gonna say they like the cigar. And I say that because I have enough reviews of people that trust the palate and I know where they're smoking. I'm like, if they like this and they like this, they're gonna like this. Facts. James, and he can't make it any more clear cut than that. There is no gimmicks, there is no games. There is James, Nick, and me. That's it. The decisions that are made in the club, though we are the three heads that make that decision. That's it. There is nobody else. There's no influence of you can get this for a deal. James, Nick, and Ron, we smoke the cigars. Two of us like them. All right, cool. All right. I'm not as crazy about it. Might not be as crazy about it as y'all, but it's us three. That's who's running the show. I was dabbling with the idea of reviewing cigars in 2021, but there's already a lot of good reviewers out there. Shirtless Mike, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. You are the person that changed my mind on. I was a lighter snob until I read your article on Stogie Press. So for me, I think your strength is really in writing. I think your writing is really good, man. Not saying that you need to disappear from being on YouTube or being a cigar. You know how we say it, cigar reviewer, but I really enjoy reading your articles. I was reading your stuff before you even long before you got on YouTube, and when I read your article, it made a lot of sense for me and straightened me out, so to speak, to put me in the right direction. When I read that article about what do you think people are lighting their cigars with in these third world countries, it put me in perspective, and it changed my whole thought process on a lot of things. I'm smoking the Illusione Cruzado Toros. Very good cigar, too. Would you and James consider a live smoke of your custom blend? Would be, oh yeah, yeah. Me and James we'll get on a Zoom call and smoke the custom blend. That's nothing, Brian. That's easy. I got other content. Let's see. Best example of Saka and Lee Mack. Lee Mack doesn't care for the sticks, but yeah, and see the thing is, if you are that's the thing. So how Lee Mack and Steve Saka is how me and John Huber are. I can tell him what I think, and it's not changing anything. We still respect each other as people, and we love each other as people. So hey man, some cigars are going to be a hit, some are going to be a miss, and he knows that too when he puts it out. Some cigars are going to be more well received than the other ones. It's just these are just the facts. Everything's not going to be a hit to everybody, man. So Steve Saka, I think, said that quote because Pete Johnson and John Huber quoted it. If you make a cigar, if you try to make a cigar that everybody likes, you'll never make one that somebody loves. You can't make something. You can't try to make you can't make a cigar that everybody likes all the time. And I like what Steve Saka says. When I become a blender, I'm going to blend for myself. I'm going to blend for what I like, and then put it out there. And then again, you find a reviewer you like or whatever. Oh, okay, cool. That you blend for yourself. Would you consider Bradley from Zeal Cigars a reviewer? No, I don't consider him or Tim a cigar reviewer. And I would tell. I mean, I talk to Tim. Me and Tim talk all the time. I would tell them, but they know that though. They both are retailers. They're in the business to sell cigars, and if they're being 100% honest with you, they're going to tell you they're in the business to sell cigars. I say they're not cigar reviewers because they don't just come on to review cigars. They're telling you about cigars that are involved in their stores, or they might do a product review or something like that. This is just the reality of it. Just keeping it 100 with you, like it doesn't take anything away from who they are as people or whatever, but they're not cigar reviewers. Just like I don't think Jeremy Sires is a reviewer. Great content, but he reviews knives, he reviews whiskey, man products. He's not a cigar reviewer. This is just the reality. This is just things that people don't want to say, but this is just the reality of it. Right as of right now, because right now I just do cigar related products. So I'm a cigar reviewer, Lee Mack cigar reviewer, Martina Maya, cigar reviewer, Smoking Lead, cigar show. These guys are only doing cigars. That's their channel is only cigars. That's all they do. Farad, that's what we're gonna do, man. It's just say the shit that people don't want to say and don't give a fuck about saying it. Cowboy said, my personal opinion, a real reviewer is no. It's a fact. No selling cigars. Like I said, I'm never gonna knock somebody on that because I don't own a store, or I don't have a channel where my store is based on selling cigars. So I'm not gonna knock somebody on it. But as of right now, I am a cigar reviewer. I don't sell cigars or anything. You know what I mean? Like I review cigars, and I'm a detrimental part of a cigar club. That's what I do. Now, I would say a level in it. They sell cigars, but I don't think that I can't say that because I can't speak for somebody else. I was gonna say I don't think they're trying to sell you bullshit cigars, but I can't, just being honest, I can't say that for them. I can't speak for them. I can't 100% say like, oh, Tim and Bradley or whatever are just trying to they don't sell you bullshit cigars. I don't know that. I can't speak for them, just being 100% real. But I have a closer relationship with Tim than I do Bradley. And just talking to Tim, I know Tim likes cigars, and he's going to sell the cigars that he likes. He's going to push the cigars that he likes. So, yeah. I couldn't find a Connecticut that was packed with flavor until I smoked the Louisiana Eprenay, and that's a great cigar. Gary, I also would recommend James is already on top of it. The Dominican big leaguer Amarillo Barber Pole. If you haven't found a Connecticut that has flavor, that's one. If you don't think flavor is in that cigar, probably doing the wrong thing. Well, you could put on a swimsuit and sell calendars and Cowboy, you remind me of Pops. Man, I'm trying to tell you, man, Cowboy's that dude too. I like him too. He come on, he gonna tell you. He just, man, I'm just sitting here smoking a cigar. I'm gonna tell you what I think about it. And I believe it. I believe it. As a retailer, he only reviews cigars he likes them. And which mics that makes sense, you know. Like if let's just be honest. So if I own a cigar store and I'm only going to review the products that I carry in my store. It's, you know, at the end of the day, it's all about green. It's all about money. You know, we're just gonna be honest about it, right? Like, so if I owned a cigar store and I had and I attached my cigar review channel to it, I'm gonna review the cigars that I carry in my store that I think are good. I mean, it's just the reality of it. How do you feel about the God of Fire Don Carlos? I like the Series B and the Carlito. God of Fires are cool. They're expensive. I don't think they're. So James is a bigger Opus guy than me. I've never said I think Opus are bad cigars. I think they're overpriced for what they are. I think they're good cigars, but when I look at a Opus 20th anniversary or I look at a God of Fire, I'm like, man, these are like $15 cigars and they're selling for $30, $40. Like, yeah, that's when I'm kind of like, I don't think they're worth it then. Farad, we just got to get you on the Padrones now, that's all. Where's the best place to get DBL cigars? Black Line Luxuries, People's Brewster. We had a fantastic event when I was up there in Pennsylvania, man. They actually, and I'm not just saying this, man. They have a great lineup. Dude, I'm telling you. You could buy a 5-pack from James, let him scatter out a sampler for you. If you don't like the sampler, I'll cover it. Crown Maximus is good flavor exchange. Final Third, definitely. I don't really like the dude that does want to don't smoke overpriced cigar. Well, we know how you are, Pariah. We know how you feel about Padrones all day long. Yeah, definitely check it out, People's Rooster. Definitely check it out for sure. We're gonna take good care of you over there. Well, I know how I am, man. I don't like to stay up too long, so I'm gonna finish up this cigar, take me a shower, man, lay down, head to work tomorrow. But I always appreciate, like I said, it's just a random day, man. It's Wednesday night. I know some of you have to work tomorrow. Some of y'all might be on vacation, but I appreciate you guys all for tuning in again. If you are a wine drinker and you have not tried the Austin Hope 2018 vintage Cabernet Sauvignon, do yourself a favor. A little bit more expensive than your regular bottle, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. Great bottle. Definitely consider joining Black Line Luxuries Cigar of the Month Club if you haven't. Like James said, me, him, and Nick take super pride in what we do. But I'm very appreciative for all of you hopping in and seeing what I had going on. I'm glad to talk to all of you, man. Makes the cigar go by like I'm talking to you guys in person. So, but with that being said, y'all already know the name of the game is relaxation and enjoyment. Damn sure don't forget to be driven, never motivated. Got a pairing, got some product reviews coming out soon. Y'all be driven, never motivated. Do not forget that shit. Y'all be good. I'll take care of y'all. Y'all have a good holiday season. If I don't see y'all, I love y'all. Y'all be good. We coming in 2021. giving all these damn companies, all these damn clubs. We finna give them hell. Y'all help us do that shit. Y'all be good. Take care.